Can an interactive element be added to a pre-existing TV series or film? Many games don't bother to try for a proper pairing, but there are a select few that achieve nearly perfect synergy. One such computer game is Star Trek 25th Anniversary. Originally released on floppy disks and later receiving an upgrade to CD-ROM, 25th Anniversary shows just how well you can add gameplay to the Star Trek universe. Let's take the film The Secret of Nim and turn it into a video game, and let's use a successful genre as a backbone for the gameplay, something like Contra. I mean, that makes sense, right? Take one of the best animated films and pair it with the action from a highly successful game. It is quite possible that the result would have amazing gameplay, but as for the thematic elements involved, I don't think fans of the film would find it a satisfying interactive adaptation for the characters and world that they enjoy. In short, this pairing doesn't make any sense. So what about Star Trek? The original TV series touched on things such as politics, religion, customs, strategy, diplomacy, combat, relationships, race, gender, drama, science, and more, and an episode would often leave you thinking about what you just watched long after it ended. If you create a game from that, what is your focus? Starship combat? Sure, that might work, but is there a genre that can incorporate all of the above instead of only one or two of them to make a game? Star Trek is multifaceted, and a game created that is meant to represent it should match. For a PC in the early 90s, the obvious genre would be the graphic adventure game. When 25th Anniversary was released, it felt right. It was very fresh, and suddenly it became obvious that we had figured out how to make a Star Trek game. You take the characters, ships, equipment, the writing, you take the Star Trek universe, essentially all that makes up an episode, and make the gamer string the story together. I mean, I enjoy action movies, I like playing Contra, but I also greatly enjoy the cerebral nature of watching an episode of Star Trek, so to me it makes sense to integrate that into a game and let the gameplay of it be an extension of experiencing an episode of the TV series. Now instead of reflecting on something you just watched, you have to contemplate the potential outcome of the actions you might take and weigh the possible results when making your decision. Like a Starfleet captain, perhaps. In addition to the graphics, familiar characters, items, and the various things that represent the world of Star Trek, the ability to think and act outside of the obviously linear gameplay added an extra dimension for those that would seek it. Sometimes it might be for pure amusement, like ignoring that loose rock up there and electing to shoot the larger area first. Whoops! A red shirt dies, but the mission continues. Or perhaps the action taken is much more captain-like. The very first mission orders you to Pollux 5. You could access the star chart, travel to Pollux 5, orbit the planet, hail them, and beam down. Done. Easy. Or you could take a moment to smell the roses. Talk to Spock first and see what he has to say about the current situation. You can access the computer and look up relevant information about Pollux 5 and be better informed about your destination. That seems logical. But then you wonder, well, what else can I look up with the Enterprise computer? Enterprise? Federation, Starfleet, Warp Drive, Daystrom? Daystrom is in there. What about the crew? Kirk, McCoy, Uhura, Spock. If Spock is in there, what about Sarek? Vulcans, Romulans, Klingons. Ooh, what about Andorians? There's an entry for Andorians. Obviously, most of the data included is relevant to the basic Star Trek universe, plus the stories or episodes of the game. But accessing the Enterprise computer and knifing through as many Star Trek-y things that you could think of was like getting lost on Wikipedia in 1992. The more connections that were provided to the world of Star Trek, the more you were integrated into the storytelling of its universe. Was there anything else they could possibly do to improve on this level of immersion? Ask and ye shall receive. In a period of less than 5 years, the original series cast made their final film together. The 25th Anniversary computer game was released on floppy disk. Home computers became much more affordable. CD-ROM technology obtained a legitimate presence in the home computer market, and computer games quickly began to utilize the extra storage the CD-ROM provided. While many gaming companies erroneously equated what was technically impressive to what was fun by embracing something such as full motion video, adventure game creators saw an opportunity to add something to their games that was previously prohibitive due to the lack of affordable storage: voice acting. Interplay not only released a sequel to 25th Anniversary entitled Judgment Rights, but both games received the addition of voice acting.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful exploration, the galaxy holds many surprises.
This wasn't just like hearing characters come to life in an adventure game thanks to casting a few actors. This was yet another dimension added to an interactive set of episodes from the original TV series.
Burning down their house is not the best way to gain their confidence, Jim.
Captain, Dr. McCoy is correct.
The cast responsible for bringing these characters to life was back again. And it wasn't just that the original cast was there, but the idea of having voice acting in a computer game was also brand new at the time. The result was uncanny.
Fascinating. I begin to suspect that we have stumbled upon something that the colonists would never have uncovered.
What is it, Spock?
I wish to gather further data before making a definite conclusion, Captain.
If you are a Star Trek fan, you enjoy puzzle solving, and you haven't played Star Trek 25th Anniversary, you owe it to yourself to boldly go where you haven't gone before and play this game.